everybody, it's Louise again, and I'm here with Nick Jones, who's our Chief Pharmacist, and he's going to tell us a bit about the challenges of workforce planning here in pharmacy. Isn't that right, Nick?
It is, yes.
So tell us, please, what you have to deal with here.
Yeah, so pharmacy nationally as well as regionally, we've got challenges around our workforce. At DCH we are seeing somewhere in the region of a 50% vacancy rate amongst our pharmacists, and we're starting to see an increasing vacancy rate across our technicians and our registered staff, which is obviously causing significant challenges operationally and clinically for us. And so we've had to try a variety of different options over the last 12 months really, just to try and adapt and change to try and manage the situation as best as we can.
And this has meant redesigning some of your workforce?
Absolutely, yeah. So traditionally the pharmacy workforce is split into 4 categories. So you have your pharmacists, of which you have junior, middle grade and senior pharmacists. You've got your technicians, which you've got your entry level technicians that then can specialise, and then you've got your pharmacy assistants, which are your registered members of staff, and then we've got an admin and support staff cohort as well. And so the biggest challenge that we've got is the pharmacists, particularly the junior and middle grade pharmacists. And so what we've had to do is to try and strip out some of those junior and middle grade pharmacists and then build our senior pharmacists and our pharmacy technicians, just to try and support some of that work. It's challenging, obviously the junior pharmacists and the middle grade pharmacists were there for a reason, and
just can't get them.
You just can't get them.
They're rare,
absolutely.
very rare.
Yeah, one of the challenges, and I think the age of the members of staff involved and our geographical location can cause lots of problems.
Yeah, indeed. And the other way that you can try and make the most of your workforce, I guess, is to look across the system. Maybe you can do some of that?
Absolutely, yeah. So what we decided to do as a system is to launch what's called a pharmacy faculty.
Right.
So about 12 months ago we launched an initiative which is to get all the workforce leads from not just the acute hospitals. We've got Dorset Healthcare as the community provider, we've got primary care networks, and we've also got representation from community pharmacy as well. And the idea is to look across the system at what opportunities that we can perhaps deliver, how we can change things as a system. And so the sorts of things that we're talking about is how do we advertise, what's our unique selling point of Dorset, and how do we then attract the right people to that unique selling point, but also then looking at our pathways. So for example, our junior pharmacists, traditionally you came in as a junior pharmacist and then you applied for a job as a middle grade pharmacist, and then you applied for a job as a senior pharmacist. And actually we've decided as a system to generate a band 6 to 7 progression role with a pathway around it, and so actually it's clear to everyone that we're investing in their future, and that's something that we've also rolled now out to our pharmacy technicians, and something that we're trying to roll out.
This is interesting. We've talked about this before, because obviously that's a way of people seeing that there's a real opportunity there when they come and join us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think it is working. I think we've obviously got challenges around some of those pharmacists, but my technicians particularly are very keen to explore that development piece and to really see. And I think attached to that, you need to make sure that you've got the right post for them to grow into, and so as part of that workforce redesign that we did, that actually we need to make sure that there are good, exciting opportunities for our pharmacy technicians and our pharmacy assistants. And so I've generated more senior pharmacy assistant posts through the establishment changes, and that means that there is a clear career progression for those pharmacy assistants. You don't have to become a pharmacy technician to develop.
There's options.
Absolutely, and it's the same with our pharmacy technicians. We used to have one senior pharmacy technician. We're now going to have three different areas, and so actually hopefully it shows people that there is a career path here at DCH.
It sounds as if there most definitely is. So you've been rejigging your establishment.
Yes.
And you're obviously very creative at that. And you had to go to governance through business planning for some additional money, I guess.
It, yeah.
How's that been?
It's challenging, shall we say?
Yes, but you achieved it.
We achieved it, yeah. So I think, and for me, in sort of two aspects. I tend to try and utilise business planning to get additional funding into the department, whereas some of the establishment changes I tend not to go through business planning just because of the deadlines and the fact that sometimes that can perhaps slow down your ability to
And
be
it's money you've
agile.
already got.
Exactly.
So hopefully, as long as it's a logical reason, you can use it differently.
Yeah, so I think, for me, you've got the sort of the change of establishment, and the real thing there is to make sure that you engage with the right people and make sure that your caregiving manager, your service manager, and the divisional managers are aware of what's going on, and we've utilised our workforce business partners really to support that process.
Great.
And make sure that we do as much as we can do.
Wow, so Nick, you've done amazing things defying gravity here. And we got a bit of noise in the background. That's because it's a real place where we're actually filming it. There's lots of work going on. So tell us what advice you would give anyone who's relatively new to workforce planning.
So I think don't be afraid to break the mould would be my first one. We are in a time of workforce crisis, and that's the only way to describe it. And the only way that we're going to get out of this is by thinking differently and doing things differently. And so try and throw in the bin the old historic ways that you have to deliver everything, and actually really challenge yourself and to say who needs to do that job. I think that's really important.
And you've got people working all over the world for you now.
Absolutely.
Remote working.
Yeah.
Haven't you?
Who'd
have thought about that?
Absolutely. 5 years ago, you would never have had remote roles, and I think even some of the managerial sort of administration roles within pharmacy wouldn't have been. And we're now at a point whereby we've got our pharmacists and our technicians working from home. I've got a pharmacist in Bulgaria. I've got a pharmacist in the USA.
That's amazing. So
working
think
for us.
out of the box, literally.
Definitely.
Any other? I suppose just keep saying, keep going.
I think keep going. Engage with your staff though. I think the people that know your service better than anyone are the people that work in that service. And so one of the things we did here was we ran what we called innovation meetings, which we did with everyone in the department. Innovation meetings, we called it. Everyone in the department. Yeah, everyone in the department came together and we said, actually, what can we do differently? What do we need to stop doing?
That's
There's
a great
so
idea,
much that
isn't
we
it?
do that we don't need to do. So yeah, we need to strip
So
it as much as we can.
ask your people. They're the ones who know these solutions.
Yes.
As well as you, hopefully. Thank you, Nick. We really appreciate it. And Nick lives here in pharmacy. If you need to ask him any more advice, I think you'll be able to find him.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks very much, everyone. Good luck.
Thank you.